What's up, folks? Your boy, the Vuslap, in the building. Episode 58 of the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. It is transfer part 2 for the Porto save. Well, that's what it is. In case you missed yesterday's episode, gave you a spoiler. Go watch that and see why am I talking about Porto so much. Before you watch this video, it'll make a lot more sense when you watch this video and why I'm talking about Porto. With that being said, ladies and gents, hit subscribe, get notified so you stay up to date with everything that is happening on the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. Without further ado, let's get into the transfer saga. Right, ladies and gents, we've got some transfer news. I've gone through all the squad. There's a couple of fringe players that we are trying to sell off. One of them is Diego Bronco. No, it's not Diego Bronco. That's the agent. Mamadou Fernandez, our goalkeeper, B-team goalkeeper. And doesn't look like he would be anything fantastic. There is an offer of, what's it, 38,500, but they want us to pay a wage contribution of £300,000 for the month. I'm not going to accept that. I'm rejecting a payoff. I don't need to sell him. The same is said for the other guy, Mamadou, as well. For the other club, they both want a payoff. I'm not giving them that payoff. I'm not going to pay somebody to take a player off my hands. In other words, I'm not going to pay £300,000 and only have a player leave for £30,000. This is an interesting one, though. Liverpool have made an offer for Rui Pedro de Neves. Rui Pedro was in the under-23 squad, under-20 squad, rather. I looked him up. I liked him. I've put him into the first team. Chances of me selling him are very low, especially to Liverpool. But they are offering me 15 million, top end of his evaluation. I'm going to reject that offer, though. Kind of see a little bit of a future in him. This man, though, I am willing to accept those offers. We have accepted a few others. There's a few guys coming in now. We've given them ultimatums. I'll run through that list in a moment. A couple of offers coming in here for players. Anybody offering you proper wage contribution? There we go, 60%. That's what I want. 20. I'm just going to recheck these zeros. I need to get money out of these guys on loan at least. 60, you can stay. A lot of 0% offers, which is ridiculous. Not letting my players go out for free. We'll check that. 30 is the highest here. There's a 50. We've got a 50. There we go. We'll keep 50 around. Everybody else we will reject. I don't want to take the risk of them not moving for that higher price. All right, I'm going to quickly just run through this list. I've got 21 transfers to go through, and then we'll come and talk about current transfers that I have running. I'm still scouting players, looking at various players, and see how we do on that. There is one player in particular that I want to talk about as a potential signing. We're just waiting for scout reports. I'll be back in a moment. In terms of transfers, you can see we have a lot of players heading out. Most of these are loanees. We do have a couple of big transfers. In terms of big players that have offered, Carlos Alves is probably the pick of the bunch. 20-year-old left winger. I just feel like he's not going to be as good for our club. With that being said, he has 2 offers in Juventus and PSG, which has got me thinking a little bit, why are Juventus and PSG in for him? Another one that we had was Start, a very useful, versatile player. We've got a bid of 17 million from Atlanta for him, which I'm really excited about, because I think that could be a huge little boost of transfer revenue for us. And then the other player that we're going to talk about is Miguel Teixeira. This kid, 20-year-old defensive midfielder, looks like he could be probably one for the future in terms of defensive midfielding. It does mean we still need to get one in now. And as you can see, we don't have anything currently in. What I do have, though, on my shortlist, I've obviously kept the same shortlist from the previous regime at Thurn. And one of the guys that has attracted me in terms of being a good regista, specifically a regista, is Mazamuro over here. He looks like he could be actually very, very good. A 21-year-old Italian-Uruguayan looks like he could be absolutely fantastic. I'm just waiting for the scout report. You can see we have scouted him. We've got an analyst report coming through. Another player that I'm excited to see about is Angelos Doris, the left back, right back, preferably on the right back. I think he could be absolutely a fantastic little addition to the squad. Elsewhere, one of the other players that I am interested in waiting for a scout report in terms of striking options, well, when it comes to strike, I mean attacking midfielder, is Franco Nevia. I think if he comes out to be very, very good, and he's a very cheap price. It's only us in Manchester United that are interested in him, so I think he could be a huge, huge little coup for us. We don't really need an attacking midfielder, but he has come up on my radar and has looked like a potential signee. Another player that I have had a look at as well is Raul Torres, who looks like he could be a fantastic right winger. I know it says preferred place is striker, but as a winger, this guy looks, other than his passing, everything else looks very, 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 very good. But yeah, we'll be back in a moment, scouting a lot of players. You can have a look at the scouting priorities. This is the whole list that we're going through. This is what we were waiting for. I'm scouting a couple of old thin players, the likes of Oliver Revere, who I still think is probably one of the best players we've had at Thurn. A couple of the youngsters in Sergio Metzger, I really, really liked him. So if I can pick him up at 18 years old, then loan him out, could be a fantastic one. Enia Ferrari, Kokuri as well, being searched. Teo as well. Those are all coming up soon. Pacencia is another one that I'm excited to see how he fares amongst this Porto squad. Oh, I thought this was going to happen. Roy Pedro de Neves is upset. Didn't meet our valuation. What do you think? 18 million? I think 22. Let's go 24. Down to 19. This is more realistic. How about 22? 1975? 20.5. Okay. So if we get an offer for 20.5 million, we're going to have to sell him, unfortunately. Everybody just wants payoffs here. I'm not paying 300,000 a week for this guy. Like, Mamadou Fernandez, he must just leave on his own accord. Just go. Don't want me to pay you to leave. It's costing me less to keep you in the squad than to sell you, which is ridiculous. Right, we've got our scouting reports come through for those ones on the transfer market, on the loan list. These are the guys that I had scouted for Thun. He doesn't look like he could fit in the squad at the moment, so we're just going to remove him. Iraq is a wonder kid. Left winger, I mean, I don't have 121 to 141 million to sign him, but I'm going to keep him on the transfer market. Patiently waiting until 2037. We've got 5 more years. We'll keep an eye on him. Maybe something happens. Yakunovic is another player that I really, really like on the left-hand flank. He's currently in Saudi Arabia, wanting a lot of money. Very, very good player. His contract expires in 2 years' time. Another one we'll keep on that shortlist. Malik Diarra, 81 million. Is he worth 81 million? As a regista, probably not. I don't think he's that good. Mohamed Elliott, left winger, 21-year-old. Available for loan from Manchester United. He's worth 32 million, which is a lot of money, but I'll keep him as an option in case we do need to find one. Lee Ho, who I bigged up big time over the course of my tenure with Thun, he is really, really good. Still very, very good, but he is valued at 100 million, and I feel like we can get better strikers than him. Going through the Thun guys, Sergio Metzger. I mean, he's cheap, but I don't see him being potentially great. He hasn't developed as well as I'd hoped. Oliver Renard, I mean, potential to be an absolute baller of a striker. He's still wanted by Derby, Leicester, and Benfica. I'm going to keep a close eye on him. We don't really need a striker. Barosh, not that good for our squad, unfortunately. Ferrari on paper has never been a great player, but he has, I want to say bags of potential, but his potential's just dropped to 2 stars. Luis Carlos Paciencia, playing at his full potential, 24 years old. I feel like he fits into the squad, unfortunately. This kid, though, does fit into the squad. 17-year-old Shadid Raza. He was one that I'd signed from my youth academy in Thun. He's developed so well. He has developed absolutely fantastically. He is someone I'm definitely going to look out for moving forward. Still looking for that Register backup and the DM backup. We have found one DM backup in Naki over here. Not necessarily right now as the Register replacement. I am still looking for someone who can play there permanently, but if we don't find someone, he is going to be a perfect little backup player for us. Of course, we've got a huge squad. We are trimming it down as much as we possibly can. There's so many players on this list that have been offered out on loans, on transfers. It's a very tedious process. You can see we are currently looking for registers. Got 7 in progress. Not looking good in terms of our scouting ability. DMs still not looking great either. And then we're scouting a whole bunch of different areas as well, even the lower leagues, just in case, there's a wonder kid lying around there. Someone like Riquelme here who... Right, so we've received an offer for Miguel Texera. I literally just talked about how he could be a decent backup register. They've offered me 2.2 million, 3.6 in total. He's worth 4.2. I'm going to try and be cheeky and ask for 3 million. Will you give me 3 million? They've reduced it down to 1.3. 3 million in add-ons. Give me 2 million up front plus those add-ons and he's yours. Yeah, that's a good offer. That's a good offer. Mamadou, yet again, hopefully you can leave. Aurelius Scott. He is one of the backup guys. I'll let him go on loan, actually. That's not a problem. Still waiting for our scout reports. As soon as we get there, some truth that Saudi Arabia is in for Nico. If they give me the 32 million, and that's the only amount that I'm going to accept, I will sell Nico, and then we can use that money to find us a replacement for our DM. And Nico is the backup at the moment in the DM role. You know what? I'm just going to accept that payoff. Let him go. Let him go. He's just annoying me. We'll take the payoff for Fernandez. He must just go. He's not a good player. He must just leave the squad. We have a huge squad, and we're trying to trim it down. He's out for 6 weeks. He's one of the youth players. And looks like Vida will be off to Sheffield United, of all places. So I made a mistake. Vida wasn't the one that was interested in PSG and Juventus. It was Carlos Alves, and he's accepted the PSG bid. It is a little bit less money, but we do get £180,000 every time he makes 10 appearances for the foreseeable future. So that is a huge profit, and we get a percentage of 20% of his next sale. Huge deal. 7.5 million up front into the kitty as well, which does mean now we have a little bit more money to, push forward and find that register role that we are looking for. And in terms of the register role that we are looking for, we are scouting a lot more players. Just sorted by world reputation. You can see I've scouted a couple of guys here. One that I have had a look at a lot is Victor Eletu, the Nigerian international. Looks like he could actually be a very good DM. As a register even, he looks like he could be absolutely fantastic. He's very strong on his left foot, which is great. I think he might be the man. The only problem is he's worth 44 million. And in terms of what we have to play with, we've got 37 in total. So probably looking at making an extra sale or two. Unless we can find somebody else that is very good. One person that I didn't mention, and I'm not sure why I didn't mention him in terms of just who's, good and who's bad is Bruno Costa over here. He looks like he could actually be an absolutely fantastic DM for us as a backup option. Even as a regista, he's not that bad at all. So I think if I can get him with a bit more game time ahead of Carlos Neque, who, let's be honest, is a little bit of a stretch at a regista. Maybe try and loan him out and have Bruno Costa as the bench type of player, which I think the backup option would be a lot better. So let's loan him out. You can see we've listed a whole bunch of players. There's still a lot of players listed for bidding. I'm going to come back if I get any huge potential signing news, or when all these players that have had bids have left, and then we can try and look at selling off a few more players that are just chilling here in the first squad that we kind of need to get rid of. Ideally, I could also just, demote them to the B team, I suppose, and then not worry about them. But I want to wait a little bit before I demote anyone to the B team. Maybe we can get money or some of these guys in the long term. Right, guys, so we have an offer for Fernando Jallo, a player that I didn't really want to sell, but Leicester City have come in with 26 million. He's valued at 23 to 31. I think that evaluation's a little bit high considering his talents. He's a good centre-back. He's not the best centre-back in the world. But can we get 30? Am I being cheeky if I ask for 30? They'll give me 30. Maybe that means I should have asked for more. These guys I'm still trying to get out. They don't want to leave. Why did you snub them? Damn it. Other news as well. Our right mid, our Brazilian right mid, where is he? Claudini. And Aston Villa made an offer for him in the region of 13.75. He's valued at 16 million. I don't think he is that good as well. So I am going to try and let him go. He is currently unhappy at the squad because I rejected a bid earlier from, I think it was Sheffield. I can't remember who it was. Someone that offered to him and I rejected it. It doesn't say. It just says he's unhappy because someone made an offer for him and I refused it. I don't know. But anyway, that's some of the development that's happened. It does mean, though, that our transfer budget has gone up now. We are sitting at 48 million with all the other extra transfers. In terms of people that I've scouted, so far, Victor Eletu is probably the best of the bunch. I'm still waiting on a scout report from Mazamuro. I think he's not going to be as good. So I think I probably might go with Victor Eletu. He has requested to leave. Lucas Marsh is another player on that left-hand side that I'm looking at as a potential. And then, of course, we're still waiting for the scout report on Raul Torres, who will probably be the Claudini replacement because he is that good to be the Claudini replacement at 19 years old. Absolutely fantastic. He's a bit of a bargain at 7.6 million. And then Nevia, another player that I am waiting for the scout report, the 21 Argentine, looks to be amazing. We do have Kukuri as well as a potential. I do know he is a good regista. I just don't think he's a long-term solution. I think Eletu at 27, probably for the next 3-4 years, could play easily in that regista role and play it well. I mean, star rating, he only has a 3 for regista, but he has the attributes to be an absolute baller in that role. You know what? Let's make the offer. They want 40.5. I'm going to reduce it. I'm going to try 30 million. He has requested to leave. So I'm hoping in saying that I'm offering him 30, they reject it, and then he gets upset, and then they reduce the price anyway. They've gone to 35.5, so they're not rejecting it outright. 6 million after 50 appearances is fine. How about 31 million? Let's do that. They're not happy with 32. Yeah, I'm going to offer you 34 and 7 million after 50 games. That makes it to 41 million. That's a big chunk out of our transfer budget. But we do have those other sales coming through, so that should help the transfer budget. In terms of wages, we are well above it. 500,000. How much is our wages? What limits do we have? I mean, yeah, we 700,000 under. We can afford to buy him. I think he would be an amazing, amazing deal. Let's wait and see if they accept our offer. And then if we can get him, and then I can look at maybe another centre mid and Torres, which is waiting for the scout report. He would be relatively cheap compared to some of the other players that we have scouted. Got a couple of friendlies lined up. We're still about 3 weeks away from the start of the season. Just smash and continue here to try and get to that point where they've accepted my offer or rejected it or negotiated it or something. Anything. Any news would be great. Well, here we go. We have some news. Now, in terms of wages, he went 65 to 84. Our current highest earner. Let's have a look at that. I know we got a couple of guys in the 200,000 marks. Hughes is in 200,000. I mean, he's relatively mid-squad status if that's what he wants. I just realized that our backup defender is on 200,000 a week. That is insane. Jalo, who we're selling for 30 million, is on 100,000, and he wasn't even thought in my first team. Wow, these wages are ridiculous. I mean, someone like, let's take someone like, where's someone decent? Orestes, there we go. Probably the best defender we have in the team, sitting at 67,000 a week. Where Hilgers, who's a backup, Carmo, probably a second best defender, Varela, probably one of the good ones. I mean, Neto, backup player at best, Nico, backup player at best, Jalo, backup player, Tekeros, backup player, Marcio, backup player, Fagura, backup player. Those are all backup players, and they're earning more than Orestes, who is probably our best defender, if not one of the best defenders in the league at the moment. That is just ridiculous pricing. Let's see what Eletuya wants from Nigeria. He wants to be an important player. That's fine. I'm not going to play as a deep lying playmaker, though. That you can forget. He wants 81,000, which, I mean, isn't unreasonable. It's not crazy money. Will you take 75, though? Let's try and negotiate him down. He's gone up to 82. We'll give you 80. 80 is decent. We'll take 80. Okay. Well, let's see if he signs. That could be our first summer signing of the season. A really good register, what we needed. And then we can look at potential other signings. I don't really need to sign, you know, lots of players. What I really need to do in the squad is to get rid of a lot of players. Ooh, Leicester want my goalkeeper. And he's very, very good. I mean, you can see his stats. He's been absolutely amazing. They're offering me 20 million. 30, rising to 30 million. It's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Let's push. Let's be greedy on this one. He's our first team goalkeeper. Give me 46 million. It's a huge increase. They've accepted it. Wow. We're going to get 57 million for my goalkeeper. 32-year-old Meisler is out, which that means we need to look for a goalkeeper. Because our two backups aren't great. We have any goalkeepers scouted? We don't have any goalkeepers scouted. In terms of world reputation, these are the ones. So I'm going to quickly scout just a handful of them. In terms of world reputation, you know, let's actually take off the age limit. We'll limit to 31. That's decent for goalkeepers. giving me a few more options. There's a free transfer in Romero. Yeah, he doesn't look really good at all. We're going to just scout these guys here. Give me a 1 week scout report. And then we'll do it by value as well. We're not attracting big name goalkeepers, are we? What other stuff do I have? Ah, that's why. Contracts expiring. I was thinking that didn't seem right. There we go. There's some better goalkeepers now. Yeah, so I just wasted a whole entire scout on doing that. Let's scout these guys. And that does mean I should have some scout reports now, don't I? Neski is probably the pick of the bunch in my scout reports. He's not bad at all. Has he played for Juventus? He played 5 games last season. That's it. But untested. I don't really want someone. I want someone who's already established themselves as a goalkeeper. You're not doing anything. We'll put you in there. And then I'm just having a look at any other sort of positions that we have. Because I've been scouting with people expiring in 6 months. Which means, okay, he is up there at least. There's some other decent players here that I probably missed. Players like Andre, for example, is actually a very, very good defensive midfielder. He's only valued at 25 million. You know what? Let's get some scout reports. That's how we do it. We leave the ones that we've already scouted. This is a game changer, guys. It's amazing. You just have to pay attention to what you're doing. And then you find the players that you actually want. Players that you can actually use. Amazing to see how many players. I was wondering when I was searching earlier, why do we have such, like, and no disrespect to these players, but such weak players that want to come to us? And then I realized, yeah, that. And then guys like Jeremy Doku do want to come to us. So, you know what? Let's just scout these guys as well. Let's just get everybody on a scout list. We've got the scouts to do it. We've got the budget to do it. Might as well do it. Right. We'll be back in a few moments with the deal for the goalkeepers, see what happens. That's the only real major transfer. That and the Claudini one, I suppose, are the two major ones. Jalo as well. I mean, if we can sell Jalo, Malsa, that's already 76 million. Claudini is another 12, so that makes it almost, what, 76? That makes it 88 million. Rest are loans, I think, eh? Oh, we're getting another 2 million from Textera. He's going on to Southampton, so that's 90 million. Guys, we're going to be coining the cash here. Another 2 million, that's 92. 92 million to spend, and we keep all 100%. We only keep 55% of the transfer value made. Oh, so we'll get 40 odd million plus the 40 million that we have. We'll be good. We'll be good. We'll find that goalkeeper that we need. Well, folks, I'm going to end off the video there. There is going to be a part 3. That's right. That's how much transfers we have actually had to endure in this one. Eventually, I've now edited everything. I've done the full 3 parts. It was 7.5 hours of footage. There is so much talking that I've done in those 7 hours that I don't even know why I was talking about. There were so many players I looked at, so many players that I didn't even show in these videos that could have been potentials, and eventually just I got so tired of it that I just stopped talking at some point. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think good old Victor is going to be a #1 signing for us? Do you think we need more depth in the different areas? Let me know what you think. Your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.